Welcome dear learners. This video introduces the concept of population, a fundamental topic in biology, ecology and demography. Understanding populations, their size, growth, density and interaction is essential for managing natural resources, planning human development and conserving the biodiversity. Population studies help explain patterns in ecosystem, guide policies for sustainable growth, and addresses the challenges like urbanization, climate change, and resource scarcity. In this video, we will explore the definition of population, its key characteristics, types, growth models, and real-world examples, including recent global and Indian population trends to build a comprehensive understanding of population dynamics. A population is a group of individuals of same species living in a specific area at the same time and interbreeding. Members of a population share common resources, interact with one another, and face similar environmental pressures. This concept forms the foundation of understanding ecological interactions, species survival, and biodiversity. Populations are the basic units of evolution and ecological studies, and their size, structure, and dynamics help explain changes in ecosystems. Studying populations provide insights into growth patterns, carrying capacity, and how environmental factors like competition or habitat availability influence the stability and sustainability of the ecosystems. The concept of population varies across disciplines. In biology, it refers to organisms of same species inhabiting an area, such as deer in a forest, to study behavior, reproduction, and ecological balance. In statistics, a population is the complete data set under study, such as all voters in a country, forming the basis for sampling and analysis. In ecology, population include interaction or interacting organisms in a habitat like fish in a pond, where relationships with the environment and other species are crucial. Understanding these contexts highlights how the population concept drives research, planning, and problem solving in multiple fields. The human population represents groups of people inhabiting a particular region, country, or the entire globe. Governments and organizations use census data to determine the size, distribution, and demographics of population to plan for healthcare, education, infrastructure, and resource allocation. Tracking population changes helps identify trends like urbanization, migration, or aging societies. These data-driven insights guide policy making to ensure sustainable development and equitable distribution of resources. Additionally, understanding human population dynamics is vital for addressing challenges such as overpopulation, resource scarcity, and environmental stress, enabling societies to adapt to long-term strategies for resilience and sustainable growth. A biological population consists of all individuals of a species living and reproducing in a specific geographical area, where interactions and potential mating occur. These populations form the basis of ecological studies, allowing scientists to analyze genetic diversity, behavioral pattern, and adaptability. Studying biological population helps in understanding evolutionary processes, species survival, and responses to environmental changes. This knowledge is crucial for conserving biology, where protecting genetic variability and maintaining viable population sizes are essential for ecosystem stability. Biological population studies also inform sustainable practices, ensuring species conservation while balancing human needs and ecological integrity. Population can be classified as local population or meta-populations. A local population refers to individuals living in a restricted area, such as penguins on a specific island, making it easier to monitor and manage. Whereas metapopulations, on the other hand, are groups of spatially separated populations connected through migration or gene flow, like fragmented frog population around the ponds. This classification is vital in conserving biology as it helps understand how connectivity, habitat fragmentation, and migration impact species survival. Maintaining healthy metapopulation dynamics ensures genetic diversity and resilience, making it an essential concept in ecosystem management and biodiversity preservation. Now, population size. Population size refers to the total number of individuals within a population at a given time. Estimating this size is crucial for ecological monitoring, resource planning, and conservation efforts. Methods include complete census for small populations, sampling techniques, or mathematical extrapolation for large or hard to count groups. Changes in population size over the time reflect ecological pressures, reproductive success, and survival rates. For human population size data, guide policy making in areas like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. In wildlife management, understanding population size helps maintaining ecological balance, prevent overexploitation, and ensure the sustainability of endangered species and ecosystem. Population density measures the number of individuals per unit area or volume and provide critical insights to resource use, competition, and environmental impacts. High density, such as those in urban areas like Tokyo, can lead to greater stress on infrastructure, healthcare, and resource. In contrast, low-density regions like Amazon rainforest reflect different ecological dynamics with abundant space and less direct competition. For ecologists, density helps predict species interaction and ecosystem healthcare. For policymakers, it informs planning for sustainable development, housing, and public services. Understanding density is essential to balance growth, resource management, and environmental sustainability. Population growth reflects changes in population size over time, driven by births, deaths, immigration, and immigration. Two main growth models are studied: exponential growth model, which occurs when resources are unlimited, and logistic growth, which levels of the carrying capacity is reached. Understanding these patterns is critical for predicting future populations trends and planning for resource needs. For human, rapid population growth poses challenges such as urban congestion, food insecurity, environmental degradation, and for wildlife, growth dynamic inform conservation efforts, helping to maintain balance ecosystem and prevent overpopulation or extinction risk in specific habitats. Populations are described by key characteristics such as size, density, distribution, age structure, sex ratio, and fecundity. These parameters collectively shape the health and dynamics of a population. For example, an unbalanced sex ratio can lead to reproduction, while skewed age structure affect growth potential. Understanding distribution patterns, whether clumped, uniform, or random, provide insights into social behavior and resource availability. Fecundity or birth rate influence population growth and resilience. By studying these characteristics, ecologists and demographers can predict population trends, manage resources effectively, and design strategies to address challenges like declining biodiversity or human demographic shifts. Natality or birth rate measures the number of new individuals produced in a population over a specific period. Expressed as a rate relative to total population size, it provides critical insights to the population growth potential. The formula is B is equivalent to BT by NTB, that is, it helps to calculate per capita birth rate accurately. High natality indicates rapid growth common in developing regions with young population, while lower rates in developed areas may suggest aging demographics. Tracking births aids in planning for education, healthcare, and employment in human population and informs conservation strategies to sustain endangered species and maintain ecosystem balance. On the other side, mortality or death rate represents the proportion of individuals dying within a population over a specific period of time. It is calculated by the formula given in here, offering insights into population health and environmental pressures. High mortality can indicate disease outbreak, predation, or scarcity of resources in wildlife population, while in human population it highlights healthcare gaps or disaster impacts. Monitoring mortality rates enables better resource planning and targeted interventions. Understanding these trends is essential for predicting population dynamics, managing ecosystems, and creating policies that improve survival and quality of life across the communities. Population growth measures how a population changes over time, considering births and deaths, with the basic formula given in here, where birth is divided by the death, or its per capita variation helps to determine whether a population is increasing, stable, or declining. Positive growth indicates expansion, while negative growth signals potential risk like aging populations or species decline. Analyzing growth rate supports planning in sectors such as urban development, agriculture, and environmental conservation. For wildlife, growth rate informs strategies for maintaining sustainable populations and preventing ecological imbalances. Understanding these dynamics ensures informed decision making for long-term stability and resource management. Another characteristics of the population is migration, which significantly is influenced by population dynamics by altering the size, density, and genetic diversity. Immigration introduces a new individual into a population, while immigration reduces number as individuals leave. The net effect, calculated using population formulas, determines overall growth or decline. In human population, migration shapes labor market, cultural diversity, and urban development. In ecology, migration maintains genetic flow, supports species survival, and prevents local extinctions. Monitoring migration trends helps governments to design policy and infrastructure, employment and conservation, while ecologists use this data to manage habitats, ensure biodiversity, and address challenges caused by habitat fragmentation or environmental challenges. This is the net formula of the migration, where we can see the all immigration uh, have been used to calculate total migration patterns in a community. The combined population change formula is given as in the slide, which captures the overall dynamics by considering the births, immigration, deaths, and immigration. This comprehensive approach highlights the balance between population addition and losses, offering a clearer understanding of growth patterns for human population. It informs planning for housing, healthcare, and employment. For wildlife, it helps in conservation planning, ensuring sustainable numbers or in ecosystem. By analyzing these factors together, researchers and policymakers can predict trends and prepare for potential challenges and design effective interventions to maintain population stability and ecosystem healthcare over time. The concept of carrying capacity refers to the maximum population size that an environment can sustain indefinitely, considering available resources like food, water, space, and shelter. Exceeding this limit leads to overpopulation, resource scarcity, and increased mortality. For humans, understanding carrying capacity helps managing sustainable resource use and urban planning, while for wildlife it informs habitat management and conservation strategies. This concept underscores the importance of a balance between population growth and resource availability. Addressing issues like overexploitation, habitat degradation, and climate change is essential to maintaining carrying capacities and ensuring long-term ecological and societal stability. Let's talk about an example from India with an estimated population of 1.46 billion as of August 2025. Exemplifies the challenge and opportunities of rapid growth population. Urbanization is accelerating, driving demand for housing, transportation, and healthcare, while shifting uh, birth rates reflect evolving social and economic dynamics. Policymakers must balance development with sustainability and ensuring equitable access to resources and services. This example highlights the importance of population data in shaping infrastructure planning and education and employment strategies. India's case also underscores the global need for innovative solutions to manage population pressures while fostering economic growth and protecting environmental resources for future generations. Herein is the graph depicting how the population in India is accelerating over the period of time in comparison with the China, where the population is declining recently, and in comparison with other developed or developing countries, India is showing an exponential growth rate in human population. As of August 2025, the global population stands at approximately 8.2 billion, with China at 1.46 billion and United States at around 347 million people. These figures provide critical insights for global planning in areas like food security, healthcare, climate action, and economic policies. Population data help organizations and governments anticipate future challenges and opportunities from aging populations to urban growth. Understanding global distribution patterns supports international collaboration on sustainability goals, resource sharing, and humanitarian efforts. Monitoring these trends ensures informed decision making to balance human development needs with environmental stewardship in our on a world scale. Dear friends, thank you for watching this lecture on concept of population, in which we discussed about the various parameter and characteristics of population. In coming lectures, we will be discussing various other factors or properties of population and interaction between the populations. Uh, Stay tuned for the next lecture and don't forget to subscribe the EcoFam and share with your friends and relatives. Thank you for watching.